Hi, if you have an Aldi Express professional knitting machine and you want to know how to make flash circles, you come to the right place. Make sure that's 0 since it will help you count out your rows. Start casting on, but make sure you have a good couple inches of tail out before you cast on. Casting on is like in and out, but when you reach to the last white peg, make sure the yarn goes into the yarn feeder and close up the yarn feeder. When you reach to 17 rows, cut out the rest of the yarn, but leave out at least 7 to 10 inches from the yarn feeder. The next step is to cast off. Follow what I'm doing here. For me, I like to lay it down and start pulling one tail so it crump up together. After you finish with one side, do the same on the other side as well. But while you're doing that, make sure it is flattened out. When you're flattening it out, it helps to make it more even. Start with one end, use that tail to go through a couple times. Here you see my tail was too short, which was hard to go through, which is very important to have a decent tail length to use. After you go through a couple times, we have to tie up the tail. So what I'm doing here is I'm using my thumb to hold the yarn back on that one side so we can tie it up when the tail comes back. This is why having a longer tail will work better when you're doing this type of work. Now, after you tie up the tail, you have to go in the closed end on the side you're working on and go through inside between both sides. And as you're doing this, keep pushing out your needle so it should come right out like what I'm doing right now. And then keep pulling it so the yarn comes to width. This is another reason why you should have a longer tail, because you see right now I'm struggling to pull out because it's too tight. After you're done that, do what I'm doing right now, so you can cut out the extra yarn. Then pull the sides so the two ends, the one is already closed and the other one is opened, will align each other. But make sure you keep pulling the last tail you're working on, which will be easier to close when you're ready to do so. Keep flattening it so it would have been uneven. And then go in and out like we just did the last couple steps ago. And then when you're ready to tie up the tail, do the thumb trick to hold back so you can tie up. And as you're doing this, make sure it's being flat out. It's very important to keep it flat. The last step is go through one of the center ends you're working on right now and make sure you stay between both sides. And then go out the circle. Do the same thing with the cutting out with the extra yarn. With the extra yarn, I will keep them depending on what you're working on. For me, I'm working on a blanket with using a flat circles, which I will need the extra yarn to knit them together. I hope you enjoyed my video and find it helpful. Thank you for watching.